what is going on, people? It is Kim here, and welcome back to my FIFA 17 player rating predictions. And we kicked off the series with Arsenal. Now we're moving on to the next team in the BPL. Well, I say team in the BPL, soon to be Championship side. I do apologise for any Aston Villa fans that watch this video. I've tried to be as respectful as possible, and you'll see that throughout. But Aston Villa, I mean, these guys were so hard to predict because they've just had such an abysmal season, and too many players that are actually really good players that have got the talent to go far, have just really let Aston Villa down this season. I really feel for the fans, I really do, because they have been let down here by the players, in my opinion. I think these players more than capable of fighting for a place in the in the BPL. I think that, I hope that Aston Villa come straight back up. I really do. They're a club that I like, and I don't, it's horrible to see it happen to most clubs. Some clubs are obviously more than others, but yeah, in my opinion, Aston Villa are quite a respectable club. So what I've done is, I think there are slightly less than in the Arsenal one. Obviously with the Arsenal one, my Arsenal knowledge is going to be better than, well, my knowledge with Arsenal, I mean, is going to be better than any other club, because they're the team I support. I watch them on a weekly basis. Doing other teams, some teams will be easier than others, but yeah, I've chosen players here that I've noticed this season, whether that's in a good way or a bad way. So I'm going to kickstart us off, guys, enough chitter chatter, with Aston Villa. Now, I've actually gone into looking at stats and stuff for this season, just to help me a little bit with my predictions. So, as you can see, we're going to start with the goalkeeper, Brad Guzan. Brad Guzan has made 28 appearances, so he's been Villa's first choice keeper this season. Goes without saying, really. He's a pretty good keeper. You look at his card there, 79 rated. As you can see, I've actually packed Brad Guzan. There's nothing to scream and shout about, I know. But yeah, I've actually packed Brad Guzan, and he's a pretty decent keeper to put in a standard BPL side, which I've currently got at the moment. So I'm just racking up coins with. But FIFA aside, even in real life, he's a pretty good keeper. He plays for he's more or less the USA national team's one of their first choice keepers, like a major keeper for them. And although I don't have stats for his games for the USA, I will talk about his Villa stats. So he has played 28 games so far this season. He's only made 2 clean sheets, and his actually average goals conceded per game is 2.07. Yeah. So I don't know, it's a very difficult one, isn't it, really, because it's just a decent keeper just not performing well. I mean, you can't blame him, really, when on a whole, the whole team have underperformed, so it's very difficult to pick people out that are going to deserve a boost in overall. And for that reason, I am going to give Brad Guzan for FIFA 17 a rating of 77. I think he will fall because of just how many goals Villa have conceded. I mean, a lot of people will argue, myself will argue, okay, but you can't blame the keeper for every goal that they've conceded. But that's not the way that other people look at it. At the end of the day, there's just been something wrong with the Villa side in total, and I think all of these players will struggle to get their rating increased in FIFA 17. I think most of them will either remain the same or take a bit of a decrease. So yeah, Brad Guzan to kick us off there. Next, I'm going to go with the centre back by the name of Julian Lescott. He's been about a fair bit, hasn't he? Actually, when I was doing my research on him last night, he's been he's played for a fair few teams actually. But Lescott, 27 appearances, again one of Aston Villa's first choice centre backs. Really, he's experienced. He's how old is he actually? 1982. I can't do that math. I cannot do that math. But yeah, he's pretty old for he's coming of that age now where the average age of what footballers retire at. So in my opinion, Lescott, I think he's going to leave the club, to be honest. I think there's links with him to the MLS, so he'd probably go over there, finish off over there like a lot of players seem to do nowadays. The MLS is just turning into like a retirement home. Sorry to any MLS fans watching this, but you know, just speaking my mind there. 79 rated. Again, I'm going to drop him down to 77 for age reasons, and yeah, it's clear now that he's not cut out for the BPL anymore. He scored a goal though for this season. Aston Villa have scored, I think it was 20 something goals all season. I mean, that is abysmal. It's absolutely shocking. But Lescott has contributed to the goals this season with one, and he's only made 2 major defensive errors this season, so I don't know, that kind of goes in his favour a little bit, or does it? I'm not really sure. Now, alongside him, we have got Micah Richards. Now, I'm going to jump straight in there. I think Micah Richards, again, I think for him to increase, it's just not going to happen, so I reckon he's either going to remain as a 79 rated or go to 78 at the least. I can't see him dropping too much. He's scored, again, like Julian Lescott, he's actually scored a goal this season. He seems to be over the worst of his injuries. I touch wood for him for good luck, but yeah, he's got 23 appearances this season. He's a very good player, you know, and I think that when I saw that he went to Villa, I had quite high hopes for Villa. I thought, wow, they've really strengthened their defence there, but I don't know, you can't blame him, you know, solely. Like I say, it's just the team on a whole that have just underperformed. But yeah, I think 79, 78 rating for Richards next. Well, in FIFA 17. Next, I'm going to go to Jordan Amavi, the young up-and-coming. He seems quite a talented young full-back, actually. I know he impressed quite a few people at the earlier stages this season. Amavi's played 10 games this season, so it's difficult to judge him off, but I do remember him having quite a good start, and he was quite hyped about, actually, by a lot of Arsenal fans on Twitter. So, for that reason, I think Amavi's going to stay at 75 rated. I can't see him really dropping too much. I think that would be way too harsh because he hasn't been included enough. Onto the right back, we've got Leandro Bacuna. Again, another young full back. He's pretty tall as well, actually, but he's contributed to the goals as well this season. He's got 1 goal, played 28 games, so quite a favourite. Pretty much pushing Alan Hutton, his rival, aside, really, in terms of the right back position. He seems to be really good going forward. He's created 16 scoring chances altogether this season, so obviously, you know, I know we're not at the end of the season, but yeah, so far this season he's created 16 scoring opportunities, so for a fullback that's not bad. He hasn't got any assists, but Villa, when you look at the amount of goals that Villa have actually scored, you can't really blame him for not having assists. And next up, I'm going to go to the bench now. I did do this in quite a random order, so you'll have to bear with me. We've got Kieran Clark. Now, I want to chat about this guy a little bit. He's got 16 appearances, right? 5 yellow cards. I think this guy, Leandro Bacuna, is rating, I thought he'd go to 73 or 72. My apologies about that, guys. I forgot that there. Kieran Clark now, 77 rated. Think this guy is going to go down to 75. Like I say, 16 appearances so far this season, 5 yellow cards. He's racked up the cards. I don't know. Last season he was a strong favourite in the Villa side, and I think now he's going to struggle getting in there. I mean, if Lescott goes, obviously he's in with a good chance, but I'm just not sure on him at all. It's very difficult to call, but he's safe to say, you know, he just hasn't had a good enough season this season as to what he had last season. Next up, we have got Ali Sissoko, another French left back. Again, another quite talented player. 16 appearances this season with 3 yellow cards. I can see him dropping a little bit though. He hasn't had. It's difficult to, like when I say he hasn't had a great season, I'm going to be saying that for pretty much every Aston Villa player, if I'm honest. But yeah, he hasn't been one of Villa's better players this season, so I think he's going to go down to a 72 rating there. Next up, we have got I think this is how you pronounce his name. You'll have to bear with me. We're moving on to the midfield. Idrissa Guy, I think you pronounce that as, this guy right here, no pun intended there, 32 games played this season. He seems to be one of Aston Villa's better players this season, actually, and that is why I'm going to keep him with the 75 rated. He's created 27 chances this season, but I don't think he's got any assists, I'm not sure, but has an average passing accuracy of 85%, so 85% of his passes have been, obviously, what am I even saying, been successful. That's the word I'm looking for. Jesus Christ, bit of a lack of oxygen to the brain there. Next up we've got Ashley Westwood. Now again, another player, probably one of Villa's better players. He's still very, very young, if you bear that in mind. I think, in my opinion, going to remain as a 75 rated overall. 29 appearances this season so far for Villa. He scored 2 goals and created 32 chances, and also has 1 assist, got himself an assist. His passing accuracy is 83%, which is out of a total of 1,129 passes so far this season. Next up we've got Mr. Naughty himself, Jack Grealish. Oh dear, the potential is there. I mean, he's still so young, he's got such a good talent, but I think I don't think his heart's in it anymore. He's not had a great season, as he was really hyped up last season, and then this season he's just kind of just not been at it at all. I think he's going to go down to a 70 rating. I think he's possibly going to leave Villa though. He's played 15 games this season with a total of 1 goal and created 12 chances with no assist yet this season. So yeah, kind of speaks for itself really. On the right we have got Carles Gil, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's 75 rated. I think he's going to go down to a 72. Played a lot of games this season, still very young. 23 appearances played. 23 appearances in total so far this season, with 2 goals, so he's contributed a little bit more than what others have done. Created 25 chances for Aston Villa this season so far, but also has no assists to his name just yet. Next up, a striker that I had pretty high hopes for actually, Rudy Estere. I think he's going to go down to a 70 rated. He's been a real disappointment. He's played 31 games this season so far out of all the players we've been through. I think apart from Idrissa Gueye, he's up there. Him and Guy are the most appeared players for Aston Villa this season. And in those 31 games, get a load of this, he has scored 5 goals in 31 games. I think that is for a striker, that is absolutely shocking. I'm not sure how many chances he's had, how many goal scoring chances he's had, but he's got a shot accuracy of 38% this season, so I just really don't know. But get a load of this though. This is his record last season for Blackburn. You know, you always talk about that player who does really well in the Championship, and then, you know, they bang goals in every week in the Championship, then they come to the Premiership and just crumble. He has been that player. Seems like just a Championship striker in my opinion. Last season at Blackburn, he played 39 games and scored 19 goals. That's much better. He's got 1 assist this season with Villa, but yeah, it's safe to say he's been a massive disappointment. He come to Villa with all of these goals at Blackburn, and then he just hasn't delivered at all this season. But he's not the only one in his defence. Jordan Ayew is next, his partner up front. I know this is probably not how Villa would line up, but yeah, I've just put him up there. Ayew, I'm going to drop down to 72 rated. Another player that was massively hyped up with the transfers. Villa signed some talent, safe to say. Like these guys last year. Oh, thanks EA. Cheers for that. Cheers EA. It wouldn't be a FIFA video if EA just didn't mess up with it. But yeah, Jordan Ayew, guys, I think he's going to go down to a 72 rated. He was, like I say, really hyped up last season, and he's just not delivered this season at all. 27 games in total he's played this season, with just 6 goals to his name. So he's scored, I think he's actually, I'm not sure if he's Villa's top scorer this season. I think he possibly is there. I know he is so far. He's created 13 chances but has no assist to his name, and he also has 6 yellow cards and 1 red card, which is pretty bad for a striker actually. Next up, I'm going to another striker or centre forward. He's actually listed as the other Mr. Naughty himself, a man who has been making the headlines for all the wrong reasons recently. Gabriel Agbonlahor. Remember when this guy was wanted by so many top clubs because he had that banging season at Villa? We'll get a load of this guy. 15 games played and just 4 goals to his name. Does have 5 assists however, so I guess he's contributed a little bit more than what others have done, but still his recent behaviour of just laughing it up basically while this club have just been demoted, relegated, is not acceptable. I think this guy's going to go down to a 70 rating. He's probably going to leave Villa, not going to lie. I don't think they're going to stand for that sort of behaviour. I think he's definitely going to be on his bike alongside Jack Grealish for the upcoming season. Moving on, another player who was quite hyped I think last season. Then this season he's just been nowhere to be seen. It's Carlos Sanchez. I think this guy, he's had a massive decrease for me. I think he's going to go down to, maybe this is a bit harsh, but a 72 rating I'm going to go for here. He's played 17 games this season. He's got no goals, only created 4 chances and no assists. That is bloody well shocking. I know he's a central defensive midfielder, but come on. He should be getting more involved than that. He really should. Yeah, just not good enough at all. Alongside him, we've got Veretout. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name at all. Bloody difficult Aston Villa names are. But yeah, Jordan Veretout or Veretout. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Don't laugh at me, please. Another one, I think is going to go down to 72 rated. He's being just, I don't know what to make of him, to be honest. He's I guess he's better defensively than what he is attacking, from what I've seen this season, but I'm just not sure. 25 games played this season, no goals. He's created 39 chances, so he's tried, I guess, and has 5 assists to his name. He does have a passing accuracy of 83%. So I guess that's not too bad, but just not really rating him at all this season. Another one is James Jorez Akore. I really cannot read today. 72 rated. I'm going to go for this guy. Massive letdown, really. He's only played 12 games in his defence, but he's just I can't even tell you these stats. They're absolutely atrocious, honestly. And last but not least, we have got Mark Bunn. Now, this guy has only played 7 games this season. I'm going to keep him at 71 rated. He's made 12 saves altogether in the Premier League. So in those 7 games that he's played in the BPL, and has just three clean sheets to his name. But if we go back to Guzan, he has 2 clean sheets. So one better than Guzan, but yeah, I think knocking him down would be pretty harsh. I think he's probably lived up to that rating so far this season. And I think Guzan possibly on his way out at Villa. I think we'll probably see more of Bunn next season, but you don't know. You really don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, that is Aston Villa, guys. Please do not go too hard on me in the comments. I know that I've been perhaps a little bit unfair here because they have been relegated, but they were really difficult to do. I've gone off stats and what I've seen this season, so yeah. However, if you do strongly disagree or agree, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, don't leave any suggestions on what teams you want me to do, because I will be trying to get through as many teams as possible. I'm recording so many of these each week, so yeah, well, I'm planning to. Obviously I've only recorded 2 so far, but yeah, I am planning on recording quite a few of these every week. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this series nevertheless. We're going to go through the BPL teams first, and then I'll move on to probably not Championship or anything, probably move into League 1 or something like that. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I will see you all in the next one.